devices. So.
Yeah.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom to that brother Yahweh.
Shalom.
Hey.
That victory. Trying to get that victory.
Yeah. This the winner's circle.
Ah.
Saw the boy Putin, did a good move for the gospel. He doing nothing but helping the process. All right, we're going to start by facing the east. Give our praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
All right, Hebrew, that be giving our praises to the Most High. Whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh. The name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. And the Holy Spirit, which is the Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles. And the Holy Spirit, who taught us his truth. Honors to the brethren, laborers who do the work, risking their life for the freedom to do so. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, which will be 1/3 of us Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, who seeking the salvation, returning back to the Most High by hearing and believing on his word. Okay, so we're back with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And right now we're going to talk about, how the Lord is frustrating the counsel of the wicked, bringing their devices and their schemes to naught. Which Putin, Putin did a big move to bring the schemes and devices of the New World Order to naught by pushing out more truth. All right. So, and ultimately, what was the goal for the New World Order? To do away with the Lord's people and to extend and continue their rulership, the house of Esau, here on the earth. But the Lord gonna not let that happen. He's gonna raise up his people Israel, right, bringing down the house of Esau, ultimately. So we decided first. All right, yeah, let's get it cracking, all right?
All right, precept of the day, Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 4 through 18. Verse 4, and it says, Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them to prey in the land of captivity.
Oh, yeah, good.
Verse 5, and cover not their iniquity, let not their sin be blotted out from before thee, for they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, all the wall was joined together unto half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. Verse 6 now. Now I'm at verse 7.
Okay, I see it now. Okay, bet. So and what's that wall being built up today? It'll be the tabernacle of David, spiritual temple, the real third temple being elect.
All right, verse 7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and the breaches began to be stopped. Oh, Shalom, Bob.
You got my news, man, right?
Yeah, that is out there on 121. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my cousin just got out here a couple months back with the brother Kalab. Yeah. It was me who you chopped it up with. Oh yeah, thing. We ain't with no bigger body cap. We just me, him, and the other brother. We just link up when we can. All right, but. Yep. Y'all praise you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, that's the spirit. Brother said keep putting them bricks in. Yeah, because what, we building up the tabernacle of David. You know, and we building for righteous sake, but for wickedness sake, they building too. And while both sides, the wicked and the righteous, are building, they trying to tear each other down at the same time.
We're going to go to verse 7 again.
Yep.
Again, Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabians, and the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, and conspired.
Oh, my bad, real quick. Matter of fact, let's see verse 8 real quick.
Verse 8. And conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem to hinder it.
Yeah, so what? Back then, when this, I think it was the second temple, back time when Nehemiah and Ezra was being built, they saw the breaches. They saw the wall and the foundation was being closed up. They sought to hinder it. So real quick, we're gonna go to the book of Amos. And what's the breaches being closed up today? We're gonna show that in the book of Amos. I think it's Amos chapter 9. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna read this again in Nehemiah. When it came to pass, you know, when the heathen heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, they were very wroth and conspired all of them together to fight against Jerusalem to hinder it. They were trying to stop the wall, you know, the physical temple being built. Well, guess what? The breaches is being closed up today. Let's show that real quick.
Now we have the book of Amos chapter 9 verse 11. In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof.
See, the breaches being closed up once again. You know, the tabernacle, the house of David being elect, the spiritual temple, the real third temple. The breaches closed up already. You know, the Lord is getting the last few stragglers of the remnant of the elect, but the breaches closed up already. And we coming to the truth, you find out that Esau been working against us for a very long time. So they trying to stop the same thing today. And again, it's not a physical building, but a spiritual building. And how do they try to stop it? But we'll get more into that. Let's continue Nehemiah.
Now we are back at the book of Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 9. Nevertheless, we made up our prayer unto our God and set watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, the strength of the barriers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall.
So yeah, that's the heathen trying to hinder the building process of the temple. That's how they try to hinder it today. And what's that rubbish today? You know, the minds of our people that's destroyed. That would been me some years back. I have a hot flash and get so mad. But yeah. And all right, let's continue.
Yeah, you got to say something.
I know that.
Where's we at?
Verse 11.
Verse 11. All right, yep. Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 11. And our adversary said, they shall not know neither see till we come in the midst among them and slay them and cause the work to cease.
So the adversaries that are trying to stop the building of the temple, they said they're not going to see us coming, and we going to kill them. And that Esau going to perform that very same thing today. Let's jump to Revelation. I think it's 12 and 17. So what? You know, the heathen, the adversaries tried to make war with the people of Jerusalem that was building up the temple. Well, what? Esau, Edom, the devil, the dragon, going to try to make war with us in this lifetime. Who's what? Building up that spiritual temple, which is the real third temple. We're going to show that real quick.
Now we're at the book of Revelation chapter 12 verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Who are they that got the commandments of the Most High and the testimony of Yahushua? That would be the tabernacle, the house of David, the elect, the bricks, the lively stones. So yeah, it's always been a war anytime Israel was trying to build up, rather it's a temple or rather it's the minds of our people in this lifetime.
Now, the book, still at the book of Nehemiah, verse 13. Excuse me, Slaki.
Oh, that's it.
12. And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, for all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you.
So yeah, the heathen was son of the Jews, the day after.
Verse 13. Therefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows.
And so Nehemiah set up generals, security to protect the welfare of the building process.
Yeah, I was looking too. Verse 14. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and the rulers and the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses.
So yeah, them building that temple, that was Nehemiah and them fighting for the welfare of our people. Trying to build that temple. Because that was our connection with the Most High. In that lifetime, it was through the temple. Okay. Yep.
Verse 15. And it came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought the counsel to naught, that were returned all of us to the wall, and every one unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth that half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both spears, the shields, and the bows, and the what's that? Harbergerns?
Yeah, that's
Harbergians. How you say that? Salaki. And the rulers were behind all the houses of Judah.
So yeah, verse 16, the Lord brought the counsel of the heathen to naught. They couldn't stop the building process. They couldn't kill them. The Lord revealed what the heathen was talking about in their bed chamber, to the elders of Israel, so they was prepared. That's why they, set up armed forces in that building process. That's why he said they held, he said half of the people was building and the other half of the servants held spears and shields.
All right, verse 17. They which on the wall, they had the bare burdens, and those that laid it, everyone with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon.
So yeah, while they was building, those who build it, they was building with one hand, and in the other hand they had a weapon. So what? One hand was to build up, and the other hand was to tear down. That's no different today. So yeah, again, they had one hand was to build, and the other hand had a weapon. That's no different today. And that's this book. On one hand, it's tearing down the counsel of the heathen. Tearing down these current rulerships. But on the other hand, it's building up the tabernacle of David. By what? Building up, edifying the minds of our people. This word, it's a spiritual sword and a spiritual shield all at the same time. It does both.
Verse 18. For the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me.
Hey, yeah. So what? This word is a builder, tools to build, and it's a destroyer, a sword, and a trumpet all at the same time. So what? It's the perfect weapon. Let's hold on to that. You said the Nehemiah.
Yeah, I go back.
Keep that 17, and I'm gonna grab Jeremiah 1 and 10. That was next.
Yep.
Yeah, I grabbed Jeremiah 1 and 10. Hit that again real quick. So we're gonna go back to make a point to show that, that we building up and tearing down at the same time.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Again, Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 17. They which build it on the wall, they that bear burdens with those that laid it, every one with one of his hands wrought with work, and the other with the hand held a weapon.
So one hand, it was brought into work. They was holding tools to build up the temple, but the other hand was a sword. It was to tear down the enemies. And that was the road back then in a physical sense. What is our road today? Being them same men in the regeneration, Lord willing, which has always been the road of the prophets. That's why we come to Jeremiah 1 and 10. See, I have set this day over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. So back then, they was armed and ready to tear down, to destroy the enemy, but at the same time, they was building up the temple. We do that same thing with this word. We pull it down Esau, the other nations, and the wicked of our people, destroying them with the word, but building up the tabernacle of David by planting this seed in the minds of our people, that they may be edified.
Now we read the book of Psalms 33 and 10. Psalms 33 and 10 through 11. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, and the thoughts of his heart to all generations.
So yeah, the Lord always make the counsel of the heathen, bring it to naught. Their schemes, their devices, it never prevails. It goes out void. But what? The counsel of the Lord going to endure to all generations. So what? What's the counsel of the heathen today? How they stop us building today? Taking down YouTube channels, giving brothers strikes, and we see now they're gonna stop. They're gonna start locking brothers up. They banning key teachings of the Bible. They label it as hate speech, cyberbullying, medical misinformation. That's them trying to stop this building process. That's them trying to stop the building of the real third temple, which would be the house of David. By stopping his word from going out, that our people may be edified. But what? It's a counsel of the Lord that's ultimately going to stand, just as it's written. The tabernacle of David is going to be built up. But what? The Lord is going to bring an end to everybody that took us into captivity, which will be all nations and the 2/3 of our people, just as it's written. Because even Esau New World Order is written out, in great detail. But this is the real New World Order. This written out too, and it's this one that's going to prevail.
Like I said, it's written out the King Afro plan.
Oh yeah.
It's a plan, a scheme to round up all the Israel, all the Judah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit ain't gonna come enough, like you said.
Oh yeah, like the Georgia Guidestones, depopulate the earth to 500 million. Fake Jewish rabbis say, there's no room for black people in the New World Order. All that stuff gonna come to naught. It is already happening. That's why we got this understanding now. That's why Putin just did what he did.
Next precept, Job 5 and 22. Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands could not perform their enterprise.
So yeah, the Lord disappointed the devices of the crafty. So what? They New World Order, they behind schedule. They're supposed to be done already. Now they talking about, Agenda 2030, etc. But they're not gonna make it to see that. So yeah, and what's their enterprise? That's that New World Order. When it look like it's about to be finished, the Lord gonna undo it.
Now
Oh no, you
All right, now at the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2 through 6.
matter of fact, real quick, hold that real quick. When we see, here, Job 5 and 12, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty. Another word for devices could be counsel, meaning they plans. This ain't whoever you want to apply it to. Psalms 83 is going to define who the crafty is. It's going to define what their counsel, what their devices are. What they trying to do. So he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Well, let's see who the crafty is, and let's see what their devices are.
All right. Psalms 83, verse 2 through 6. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
See, he said, Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. And what's that? What's that? That's that crafty counsel. And what was it? To cut off the name of Israel?
Yes, it says, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Yeah.
That the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance.
That's that crafty counsel. To cut off the name of Israel, that it be no more in remembrance. That's their devices.
You see that the devices are getting used against it because when they trying to cut us off, TikTok is exposing who we are.
Yeah, the internet.
YouTube exposing who we are. Even his enemies are exposing, who we are, what the Lord is, etc.
Oh, yep. Matthew 25. We speak about the house of Satan being divided. A city or kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. So yeah, that's that crafty counsel spoken of in Job 5 and 12. And then now let's see who the crafters are of that crafty counsel.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Harganites.
And many more. So that's the crafty counsel, the devices that the Lord is stopping them from fulfilling. And that's why I put Edom first. Because that the name of Israel be no more remembrance. He saw the head of that. He just bringing the other nations along with him. Even some of the 2/3 of our people. So guess what? They're going to be wiped out. And how did they cut off the name of Israel? First, cutting off any remembrance, this information. That failed. We back in the truth. The whole world knows. So now they're going to come down with great wrath to make war with us. Who got this word? To what? To physically cut us off. They already cut off the minds of our people mentally. Now they got to cut us off physically. They want to try to cut off the bloodline of Israel. So yeah, a great extermination about to happen in America and throughout the earth.
Yeah. All right, now we're at the book of Psalms 21 and 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Yeah, they intended evil against who? Against us. A Christian will read this book and like, yeah, the devil intends evil against me. No, this ain't talking about you. It's talking about the Lord's people. So yeah, they intended evil against us, always have, back then, even up till now. And what's that mischievous device? That's that crafty counsel to cut off the name of Israel. They already cut off any remembrance. That's why the Lord said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's why the Lord also said in Isaiah, an ass and an ox knoweth his owner, but Israel do not know. Israel don't know who his master is. He don't know who the enemy is. Why is that? Because he don't know who he is. Yeah, if you don't know who you are, you don't know who your enemy is. So yeah, so everything they imagine, they're not gonna be able to perform. Oh, in the book of Job say that the triumphant of the wicked is but for a moment. Hey, so a moment we was them dry bones. We was them dead bodies. But guess what? The Lord quickened us by the Holy Spirit, who brought all things to our remembrance. So we that great army, the house of David, that the real third temple that's being raised up.
Right? The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 31. And thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of God.
So yeah, back to Psalm 21 and 11, it says they imagine evil against us. They imagine mischievous devices. Well, in the book of Maccabees, the Spirit of the Lord had to come out. Well, I believe it was the last son was sending them Edomites, who was called Greeks at the time. Told them, you the author of all mischief against the Hebrews. That's why Psalms 83, we're talking about the crafty counsel that enlisted the tabernacles of Edom first. That's the top enemy of the Lord and his people. So again, they're the author of all mischief. That's why when you wake up with an alarm clock, that's Esau's fault. You got allergies on a good day, that's Esau's fault. Some of our people got a mysteries of the kingdom say you got a nasty cough. That's Esau's fault. People got back problems, they got knee problems, that's Esau's fault. The reason we look at the ingredients on different food items, that's Esau's fault.
Can't drink tap water?
Yeah, that's Esau's fault. All these different species that went extinct, that's Esau's fault.
Deforestation.
Yeah, the reason our people still go to church, that's Esau's fault. So yeah, Esau's the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, but not only against us, against the whole earth. So yeah, let's continue.
Next precept we got is Psalms 37 and 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the.
And say, the Lord gonna break the arm of the wicked. Well, more times than not. You know what I'm saying? People who read this, they part of the wicked. Even the 2/3 of our people, they part of that wicked. It's the elect versus the. So the Lord gonna break the arms of the wicked. Want to apply it to. Now let's see who the wicked is.
Next precept we got Malachi 1 and 4. It says, whereas Edom said we have impoverished. That right, precept?
Yep.
All right. Whereas Edom said we are impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Real quick. Edom said, we will return and build. The Lord said they gonna build, but I'm gonna throw it down. Vice versa. We building up the tabernacle of David, Lord willing, we don't mean. But guess what? Esau say he want to tear this down. So you got back to Jeremiah 1 and 10, the role of the prophet is to pull down, root up, destroy, throw down, to build in the plan. Well, the wicked got prophets too. They got the same goal, to root up, to throw down, to destroy the house of David, but to what? But to continue to build and plan. The thing that the wicked trying to build and plan will be the new world order. To continue their rulership here on the earth. They want to stop us from ruling and continue their rulership. But see, we trying to stop them from ruling and reestablish our rulership here on the earth. That's why the disciples asked Yahweh, will you yet restore the kingdom to Israel? And then we see here, Edom gonna build, but the Lord gonna destroy. Let's go. Let's start from there. We can stop there.
They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
So the Lord said that Edom is the border of wickedness. Your border going into your dwellings. So the dwellings goes into a house. So just like the Most High got a house, got a people, so does the wicked. So Esau Edom is the house of the wicked. And then that ain't just Esau, it's the other nations that's joined with them. We read Psalms 83rd chapter, but also some of the 2/3 of our people that's joined with them. Really all the 2/3 of our people that's joined with them. Because this Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. What's hand join in hand? Well, that's the wicked trying to hold the hand of the righteous. So what the white man think, if he protests with us, if he speak up for us, if he speak the truth of the Bible, that he gonna be spared. What it says here, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. But on the flip side of that, if those of our people try to hold the hand of the wicked, try to what? They try to save Esau. They're gonna be destroyed right with them. And that's why, I think Amos say, can two walk together unless they be agreed. So if you hold the hands with them, the Lord gonna treat you like it. He gonna treat you what you act like. Let's see what's going on here real quick. Hey, Shalom to that brother Kalab. Winter season all the way through. Shalom to the sister Saraya. Shalom to daughter of Yahweh. Shalom to that brother Enos. And shalom to the brother Danyala and to the brother Mayaka Allah. Hey, them builders on the screen. Them the builders, and then the sisters. Well, all of us, we would be the bricks, them lively stones. Hey, that's his proof that the breaches of the tabernacles of David being closed up. You gotta remember her.
Oh, she that lady that came up.
Yeah.
That was talking right here to us.
She might be about to pull up again.
Probably.
Before or after.
You see, she.
Oh yeah.
Still remember that? I remember her because he had that John 3:16 on the back of her thing.
Yeah.
She need to stop. All right, you ready? Or you want to wait to see what she do?
Yeah. Let's continue. They might maybe go to the stove, come back. Might not come back at all. I'll speak real quick. How you doing? Oh, definitely. Definitely. How you doing?
I see y'all out here. I was like, I missed y'all that Monday. I was supposed to be coming back, and I missed it.
Oh,
and I thank God that I came from Metro and seen y'all out here. So I want to say hello, hi, God bless you both.
Oh, thank you.
Joshua, I don't know what y'all call God. I'm learning all this different stuff.
Okay, so you've been learning though?
So is it Yahweh?
Nope.
I said,
Yahweh.
Spare 4 minutes with us. We'll show you.
oh, I can't.
Okay.
But I wouldn't go past Bible without saying hello. That's for sure.
Okay. Take your phone on you. Did you get a YouTube channels last time?
Yeah, you gave me something to go on YouTube channel. Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
Take a picture of this right here before you go.
I did. I got that.
Oh, the names of the Lord.
You made me take. Yeah, you made me take 2 pictures of it.
Okay. Yeah. The name of the Father would be Yahweh, and the name of the Son would be Yahweh Shah. All right, we're gonna make it quick. 60 seconds. I'm gonna show you this real quick.
That's all you gonna get. 60 seconds. I gotta go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've been out all morning. Haven't been back to the house fire.
Oh, I feel that. All right, check this out. Why the phone playing?
I like his
Stones. Oh,
yeah.
thank you. All right, check. I don't know if I showed you this last time. All right, here we go. Yeah.
This blood moon coming through. Everybody tripping.
And the eclipse too.
Yeah, I'm not afraid because I know what the word tells me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna let God be God. Do what He gotta do.
Yep.
Just stay ready.
Yep.
If I stay ready, I ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So this white man now, he's gonna read the 10 Commandments, which was written in New Mexico. He's gonna read it himself. He's gonna say the name of the Lord.
How long is it gonna take before you say the name of the Lord?
Like 20 seconds.
That's
So-
a white man?
Yeah, they know the truth.
Oh, they've been studying it.
Oh no, they always knew. That's why they try to keep us from the truth. That's why they gave us Jesus, Jehovah, even Yahweh and Yeshua. They're a little closer, but still not correct.
Nah.
They give you a piece of the truth, but not the whole truth.
I'm trying to think of that Billy Graham. I don't know if y'all know him, but Billy Graham, he's dead and gone now. He was a white man. I found one of them on YouTube where he was preaching, and he finally said about the white people. He said, "Don't you white people think God is white?" Or he said Jesus is white. One of them, because he's not. He was a black man. I'm like, what?
You see what Putin just did?
White man
Yup.
was telling all the black people this.
Yup.
Yeah, Putin opened up a book and showed that Yahweh Shah was a black man.
Putin?
Yeah, Putin. He just
Get
did
out
it.
of here.
Just last week.
Because you heard about that attack in Moscow?
I did.
That's why they attacked Russia. Because Putin showed the whole world the black prophets. He said it. He said in the speech,
Yeah.
he said, let's lead our nation under the black Jesus, etc., etc. Yeah, I don't know if you got TikTok or
Can I
YouTube.
find that on YouTube with Putin saying that?
You can find it on
Is it on YouTube? I'm going home and look for it.
it's on YouTube.
Give me your number, I'll text it to you.
Y'all always out here at on Monday.
Yep, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's by 4.
But then no, I'm just across the street. So what I'm gonna do, if the Lord's will and He say the same, I'll try to catch y'all on a good day where I can spend time with you.
All right.
And you
ma'am.
can teach me some of this stuff because I don't like to be saying, okay, ain't got time. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
be able to sit so I
Yep.
can get what you're trying to give me.
All right, bet.
Okay.
Next Monday, we're going to be here 4.
4 o'clock. I'm
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
catch you.
Okay, bet.
Okay, baby.
All right, take care now.
Okay.
Let's get a precept real quick. Let me look it up though. Okay, there we go. Let's grab Proverbs 12 and 10 real quick. So yeah, Esau know the truth, but he not gonna give us all of the truth. He can't do that. It's not in his nature. But let's show why.
Too prideful.
Yup, and we just because that's gonna contribute to the building as well. So he may try to give us part of the truth. It's gonna be a lot with it. That's why you get Yah, but you get a weight at the end of it.
What host say? Yahoo?
Oh, Yahuwah,
Yahoo? Yahoo?
and see, and then we establish who the wicked is. That's Edom. So let's check this out.
Proverbs 12 and 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. How does that play out? If Esau want to heal you, if you sick, he got to stab you and inject you with harmful chemicals. He healing you from something else, but he's still doing damage to you.
Pills too.
You have them pills. The tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Oh, also too, us having this information restored back to us. That's the act of mercy, ultimately from the Most High. Mercy is met with truth. But what? Esau tell you that, yeah, they know Jesus is Jehovah at name, but they give you the name Yahweh. They give you part of the name, but not the correct name. That's the tender mercies of the wicked being cruel. Oh yeah, that was it. Let's continue.
What are we at? Job 12, 16, 17? Did you want to start back again in Malachi 1?
No, that was good. So yeah, we got, Edom, the border, the dwelling, the house of the wicked, whom the Lord is about to tear down. And how is Esau built the desolate places? The Roman Empire was rebuilt. And what we have today now as America, Europe, but they got the Build Back Better plan. They got to make America great again. In other words, they trying to rebuild. But anything they put their hand to, the Lord gonna tear it down.
All right. Now the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 16 and 17. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoil and maketh the judges fools.
So yeah, we got the Lord gonna tear this place down. That plays out in many ways. He gonna break the arm of the wicked. You gonna have Satan casting out Satan. What's that? That's divisions in his kingdom. And even here, it said that he maketh his judges fools. The judge being a wise man that oversee what we know as America, where the Lord's going to make them fools. So let's go to the next one. We're going to show what that means.
Verse 18.
Yeah. And we know fools or foolish is without knowledge.
Oh, you said the next one, or just go to 18? Or go to Jeremiah 49:7?
Oh yeah, Jeremiah.
Okay. Now the book of Jeremiah 49:7. And it says, concerning Edom,
the wicked, the white man.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Temain? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
Yeah, the Lord said, is their wisdom vanished? You know, is the counsel perished from the prudent? So that's why, you know, back to Job 12 and 17, he leadeth counselors away spoiled. And in the NLT it reads, he leads counselors away stripped of good judgment. And then back to the KJV, make up the judges fools. So what? They making unwise decisions out here. What's that? Attacking the Nord Stream pipeline. You know? And just many more. Hey, even the nuclear missiles. And just all the dumb stuff they do. That's why you got Joe Biden in office. You know, he make up the judges fools. The judges would be those at the top. We know Biden is not at the top, but he's supposed to be the face and the voice of America. He a damn fool.
Goddamn.
And what can Cyrac say? What manner of man the ruler of a city is, so are all they do therein. So Biden is a fool, and American people are fools too. And that's all an effort to tear this place down. See, Esau used that against us. He destroyed us for a lack of knowledge. Now what? He's being destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because he having his judgment and his wisdom stripped away from him. Oh, that's why Book of Isaiah say that the haughty people do languish. They grow feeble and weak. Not even physically, but also mentally. You know, that's why they took all them weapons to Afghanistan and then they left the weapons. That's why they giving all their weapons to these other countries through these proxy wars. Now their weapon stock is depleted.
Trillions and trillions of dollars of debt.
Yup. And that's why they got on Kanye and Kyrie Irving. They just brought more attention to the truth.
Yep.
Let's finish up.
Job 18:79. Now read the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 7 and 9, 7 through 9, verse 7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
His own counsel is casting him down. Everything is imagined is destroying him. The pit he trying to dig for others, he done fell in that pit now. If you gonna get that.
Verse 8. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare.
What's a net? What's a snare? It's a trap. Everything that he did to trap and destroy others is coming back on him.
Verse 9. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him.
It says the jinn gonna take him by the heel. And the scriptures will tell us that Yahweh Shai is a jinn in the snare. So ultimately, you know, he's the net in the trap that trapped Esau. He told Esau to do one thing, but that's only going to lead to Esau's demise. And then it says let me go back. Let's go to let's say Genesis 27 and 25 real quick.
Genesis 27-25.
We're gonna read this one more time. Okay. But the jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. And it says that robber will be Yahweh Shai. You know, he gonna enter into. But anyways, it said the jinn shall take him by the heel. Now, who is this talking about? Let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis 27-25. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison. That
my bad. 25.
Oh, 25. I thought you said 27.
I was all good.
Slocky, that was my bad.
Oh, that's LO. Yahweh Shai being the gin and the snare. That's why he blessed Esau with the sword.
God.
I wonder what if y'all were like filming something or just curious.
We just doing a lesson.
That's
Yeah, so you're going to Bible prophecy. So yeah, pretty much Bible prophecy that the Lord would gather his people Israel, which would be the African Americans, Latin Americans, and Native Americans. He would gather them first mentally, and that pretty much at the end of that, he would destroy America as he destroyed Egypt. Because in Egypt, the Israelites were in captivity for a little over 400 years. Same as us today in America. America would be spiritual Egypt. So yeah, prophecy is going to wrap up, and that destruction is going to come by nuclear war.
talking about Revelation stuff.
Yep. Well, so yep. Pretty much the whole Bible.
What about the people like you and like myself, because I believe in God, right? It's like if a bunch of people are still praying, a bunch of people are still believing, a bunch of people still praying, a bunch of people still believing, wouldn't God honor the prayers of people? Or are you saying that now we've gotten to a point where the people that don't care about their fellow man are so outnumbered that it's like now it's a judgment on the world, and the people that believe get caught up in that, right?
So yeah, it's pretty much judgment of the world. I guess I'll show that real quick. I'm gonna go to the book of. Well, let's start there first.
Oh, man, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you're not interrupted. That's why we out here.
Okay.
But we answer the question. So the praying to the God and the going to church and using the Bible that all these people do is all in vain. Let's show that real quick. Then let's get this real quick.
Jeremiah 33:23. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains.
Real quick, it said salvation is hoped for in vain from the hills and the mountains. Hills and the mountains being the metaphors for the different nations of people, small and great, hills and mountains. But it said it's hoped for in vain. Read it all the way through now.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel.
So truthfully, salvation will only be for Israel, being the Lord's people. As a matter of fact, let's go here. Let's show what salvation is, because the Christian church corrupted what salvation is. They think it's being saved from the devil and a place on the ground, but that's not it. We're going to go to Luke 68. I'm sorry, Luke 1 and 68. And I'm going to read down to like the 71st verse. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us, being Israel, in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since before the world began. This is the point, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. So salvation would be the Lord's people being saved from their enemies, pretty much everybody that oppress them. And then this would be the Lord's people right here. As we said earlier, pretty much African Americans, Latin Americans, and Native Americans. This is what the world calls us today. This would be the same people in the scripture. And Judah come from the word Judah, which would be
Tribe of Judah.
Yep. And just to go along with the talk. But that's what salvation is. It's also the Lord, taking the people out of this state of oppression.
What? I'm impressed that y'all are so zoned in and focused. This right here, you are the calm in the middle of this chaos, and I think y'all are doing a good thing.
I appreciate it. Lord willing, thank you.
My name is Bill.
Okay, nice to meet you, Bill. I appreciate you listening. But so what's going to continue from here? The mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, and the Neuralink brain chip that Elon Musk is now using on human patients. That's going to be brought forth. Revelation 13 and 17 say that no man will be able to buy or sell. So you're going to see complete collapse of American society. We're gonna see the worst, like we see all the chaos in the Middle East and Russia and Ukraine. The chaos in America is gonna top all of that. And at the end of it, the nuclear missiles are gonna come. America is gonna be the lake of fire. Fire's not on the ground. The judgment always comes from above. Like the time of Noah and the flood, the time of Sodom and Gomorrah.
People go around. It's like you can't drive down a road without blading people. Like they're acting like I don't care if I kill you to get to where I'm going to go, right? And 90% of them, where are you going that's so important that it would be worth it running over somebody and taking their lives for what? Because I need to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
Or it's like, well, it was either that person or a gallon of milk, and I'm kind of like, how many days can me and you go for without a gallon of milk if we do keep somebody from getting run over by a car? I said my house was one. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's Bible prophecy. Check this out.
Matthew 24:12. Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
So because iniquity would abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Iniquity being another word for lawlessness, crime, criminal activity, and lawlessness would increase because the love of many will wax cold. People not being, what's the word? I forget, is it sympathy or empathy? But being merciless.
The sympathy is as I understand it, the sympathy is understanding somebody's sorrow. The empathy is like feeling that person's sorrow. You know, it's like being more than like your sympathy. I'm sorry that your sister passed away or something. But the empathy is like, it's so fake. Like, I'm feeling what she's feeling. I'm feeling that loss, not just like saying something.
Yep, man. The scripture said in the last day, people will be lovers of themselves. So that's why they speed for.
You know, when I'm in the store, get this, I walk in the store and somebody says, excuse me. And I say, courtesy, I remember it well.
Oh, right.
Because, you know, anyway, man, I don't want to disrupt y'all, but I wanted to come say hi. It's like, I saw like, I don't know where they're from. The other thing is, in modern times, people are looking at a phone and they don't talk to each other anymore. In the old days, we sent somebody to the store, hey, how are you doing? I've never met, right? It's like right now, I walk away, I get to talk to you for a few minutes. Guess what? Now I'm pumped up instead of being mad at the person that cut me off in traffic. This right here is confirmation to me that there's more of us out here. And sometimes you get to feel like you're yourself. The world's gone crazy, and here's you by yourself, and you're just like, so what day do I get hit by the car while they're driving? And then
I said they be speeding through here.
And then when I see, it's like you also you welcome me, right? And when I used to go to my grandma's when I was a little kid, the coolest thing, I'm actually 100 things about my grandmother's school. Yeah. There was no question whether I was welcome there. She wanted me there. I walk up here and I look at you. And you got this thing look in your eyes that says it's okay for you to be here, right? I grew up in a bad situation with my parents, but when I went there, I felt like I was in the embassy, right? Like this place, she wanted me there. Well, I got that feeling as soon as I walked up, and I'm thankful, and I want to thank y'all because of the fact that a lot of times I don't feel that way. But when I run into somebody that just y'all have that pouring out of you, and I gotta say, hell yeah, you know, excuse the vernacular or whatever, but I'm like, you know, I'm a hot rodder from the old days or whatever. And I gotta tell you this quick story before I go. I had this car, this old Monte Carlo, big car. I made this car where it beat GT Mustangs at the drag strip, and they're like, "How did this car that's twice as big as my car, right?" Made it wicked fast. So one day, I'm gonna race it on the weekend. It's 2:00 in the morning. There's no cops out. I want to make sure I got it all tuned up, right? There's nobody there but the crickets. I pull out on this road, right, burning the tires, white smoke, also, woo, like it came out of nowhere. And he walks up to me, so I have my license, my insurance, whatever. He goes, "You can put that back in your pocket. Like, this guy's gonna kill me right here, right? Yeah, you don't need that because I'm just gonna, you know." And he told me a story. He says, I seen you out and about." He goes, "That thing that you just did, little burnout, whatever, I saw you do that over blah, 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 blah." And I'm sitting there thinking, that guy was watching me like a sniper. What is this? He goes, "Okay, I've seen you. I know your car's fast, all that. We know that. Okay. good for you. He says, but I want you to imagine this. You're running around doing this stuff, and there's these kids in the car. And they got their little brother in the car. He's waiting until he gets old enough to drive. He looks out the window and sees you doing that. He wants to be like you. Maybe his daddy has more money than sense. He takes him to the racetrack and buys a used race car. First day he gets out here, he stomps on that gas trying to be you, but he don't have your experience or control. He goes sideways, he hits the telephone pole, launches through the windshield. He's dead because of you. And he walks over and gets in his cop car and drives off. And I had tears going down my face because the first time made me think about my actions, even if I'm doing my thing. But what if a little kid thinks I want that, but he ends up killing himself trying to, let's say be like Michael Jordan or whatever. Okay, it made me start thinking. Now I go through neighborhoods and I'm slowing down, thinking maybe a kid runs out from a car or whatever. Later in my life, I found different people that, like my wife, her 16-year-old cousin, when she was like the same age, got run over on, like his dad got him a little motorcycle, but he didn't have any experience doing that, and he got run over. And it just makes me think, you think about how what you do affects other people, and it's a wholly different thing. It's just like my grandmother, when she made food for everybody, I said, are you going to eat? She says, I don't know. Right now I'm trying to get everybody else squared away, and then she would eat after. That's the classic, probably definition of a good mother. She take care of everybody else, then take care of herself. So I picked that up, and it's like, I know that I can tell you that, and you're on the same page or whatever, because it's like some of these people, it's like you get mad at the people, but the book says be mad like at the sin and not the people. But it's hard to not get mad at people when they're blatantly kind of in your face, like, I don't care whether I run over you. Well, I guarantee you, I just got to meet y'all. I didn't get to meet your mom, your brother. It's like somebody that's like looking for you to come back home, and there would be a hole in their life forever if you weren't here. I had a lot of my friends when I was young took their own life. To this day, sometimes I sit down at a table, and if you look at empty chairs, and I'm sitting there thinking, I wish Jeff was here. If Jeff was here, he's somebody I would want you to meet, good-hearted. It seems like a lot of people that made that wrong decision are not people that are bad people. They're really good people that you would want to meet, that would make this world better. And they just got overcome by all of the bad stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
And how about like the fact that you have some people that are supposed to be like driving around here looking out for people's safety, and they like don't do that. They're just kind of driving around or whatever, like go get a hamburger, like the city's paying for my gas. I just drive around, pretend like I'm doing something. And y'all are out here doing something. You're here, man.
Appreciate it.
I gotta go, but
all right, we'll do one more precept.
You said I did 14 too?
Yeah. Because when the Lord returns, He's going to do a rearranging of the power structure here on the earth. So it will be a change in the places.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 14 and 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for service and handmaid.
So it said that the house of Israel, the Lord's people, whom He showed, is going to possess other people in the land of the Lord. Being the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of heaven will be established in the earth. There'll be a new system of government, new laws, written laws, the old law reestablished. Let's continue though.
Right? And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So Israel is going to take other groups of people captive who previously took them captive, whose captives they were.
So that's Isaiah 14.
Yes,
14.
Because I want to read
Yeah.
that. But I wanted to say something that will hopefully make you laugh, because this is truthful, but it's putting it in the way that I would say it.
Uh-huh.
What you're telling me is that God's going to balance the checkbook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. So yeah, let's finish that up. Job 20 actually says that their substance, according to the substance, will be the restitution. Restitution going into restoring of things that was lost or damaged or stolen. Oh, my bad, 14.
14?
Yeah. We can finish Isaiah 14 too.
Oh, my bad.
We just get it. We'll get it later on camera. Then that's like the end of it.
Isaiah 14 2.
That's why like the first should be last, the last should be many. Yeah, we just finished up 14-2.
The next should rule over their oppressors.
So that's what it is. Everybody that ruled over the Lord's people, it is, again, it's not just white people, it's Africans, Chinese. When you read the book of Judges, Israel always went into captivity or slavery for disobeying the Lord. Then when they would start obeying him, the Lord would take them out. When they disobey, he sent them back in slavery. Well, we in the days that a remnant of the Lord's people disobeying him once again.
There's a friend of mine, I've been friends with him since elementary school, and he came up with I decided that I don't believe in God anymore, and I'm like, how can you say that? And he's like, because a lot of bad stuff happens. You know what I told him? I don't know if you like this or not, but I was like, isn't that kind of like playing Henry Ford because somebody ran up and somebody went to the truck? It's like, well, he was such a great, he created this truck. Look, he's going to be sitting up here, he's like long dead, right? But somehow going to be orchestrating the cars where they don't hit anybody. It's like he made it like a baseball bat. We could play baseball with a baseball bat, or we could hit somebody in the side with it, right? It's like you take something and use it for what it's intended and do the right thing, you're good. You take that like what happens when you take that Ford truck and drive it through the window of the donut store. It's like that donut store is designed to serve donuts, not the impacts of Ford trucks coming through the window or whatever, right?
All right, bro.
So it's like I keep working on it, because I told him, I said, the way I look at it, we're down here kind of like the little airplane, single engine little plane that holds 4 people, right? They don't have a back glass like the truck and side view mirrors and all that, right? You're going by the control tower, but the control tower is looking at the radar and he sees everything around. He sees there's a plane above you that you can't see through. Not a sunroof in the airplane, right? And I was thinking God is like he's in the control tower. We have our ideas. We're navigating with what knowledge that we have, but he knows stuff that we don't know. That's why he routes certain things to happen, because he knows if you keep on this path, even though you know that you think it's right, he knows that's headed for collision, that's headed for something bad or whatever. And when I grew up in that situation I told you about, I got hell beat out of me all the time, and at some point I decided, well, maybe I went through this, so when I get to be a dad, I'm getting to show like all kinds of ideas of how not to do it, right? And I didn't get to have kids, and I'm sitting there going, this doesn't make any sense, right? Well, I just have to accept the fact he's in the control tower, he's running the show, and I need to just shut up and concentrate on what's in front of me, and one day maybe I'll get to find that out, but it probably ain't going to be here, or it might be after they make a new year or whatever, provided that, you know, I know that whatever, but I told this preacher one time, he laughed, he was laughing so hard. I told him, I'm afraid, what if I have done a good enough job to where I'm making to heaven, and then like in school, I find out I got to be in detention for the first 1,000 years for like cussing, you know?
Damn. That's funny. That's funny.
Damn. He laughed at me. He's like, no, it's not going to be like that, but you know.
Yeah, it will.
Oh, and the last thing I gotta tell you, because I think you get a kick out of this. When I was a little kid, I mean, however age you are when you get a tricycle, right? My grandfather's real mechanical, so am I. My dad wasn't. It probably took him 2 hours to put that thing together. He looks out the window, make sure I'm not out in the middle of the street getting run over, right? He looks out there, he's like, the thing's whole completely disassembled like a parts catalog. He goes out there, if that thing's not back together in 30 minutes, you're getting a whooping, right? He looks out 5 minutes later, up and down the sidewalk. I found this wrench in the drawer in our house under the copy maker, and he wasn't mechanical. We had like a wrench, 8 pliers, and all. Hardly anything.
Wrench.
Yeah, not even a socket wrench. It's one of those like this, right? Crescent wrench. So get this. That if you were to follow me to my house right now, you walk in the house, and we go in the kitchen, you open the drawer underneath the coffee maker, is that exact wrench that was the first tool I used as a little bitty human. I turned 61 in March, and I still have it. Do you ever hear of like kids that did the jumping trash cans, like want to be Evel Knievel?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Jumped 21 metal trash cans back in the day. The bike I did it on is sitting in my garage right now from when I was 15. That was like many years ago. I I got one thing I gotta show you before you go, because this is gonna blow your
Yeah,
mind.
after this, we're gonna get ready to wrap up.
I told you I wasn't trying to hold you, but I believe in.
That's all right.
I followed my instincts, and my instincts said talk to those guys. And right now, I'm like, I'm thankful. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm thankful that you're here, and it's confirmation. You know, it's like because like at the same time, I'm thankful that it's like me being here is also it's like aside from your project that you're doing, but it's like there's also more of a purpose maybe than you were thinking of.
Yeah.
Look, that's me back then. I got two more pictures I want to show you. That's the bike I was telling you about.
Nice, yeah.
That's as it sits from when I was 15 had a shock on it. That was because I was doing crazy stuff that was breaking frames. I had to get home with the shop so the frame wouldn't break, right? And then my other one, this is one of my friends that died young. So when you see this, it's going to blow your mind. And one thing is this is something I want to share about my past. The thing is, it's a source of inspiration. I want this to be an inspiration for y'all. That's my friend David. He put it in the newspaper. He's jumping over a car. Those kids, he sold them tickets. And look what he's wearing. He made himself a people outfit. Guy's 99, 30-something years old. He's got injuries all over his apartment. I'm always sentimental about all this stuff. So 30 years goes by, and I'm sitting there thinking, when I'm 70, man, why didn't you see whether you could still do it? And there's my old self after 30 years of my one wheel. And it's not about the what it or the specific thing. I'm not saying stuff. I've always been comfortable with that. But if you have something on your heart and it's important to you, even if nobody else believes it, right? I didn't start telling a bunch of people around me the other things my old, like I'm gonna go out and do this. They'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna break your hip or something," right? Well, guess what? That's the same. They would call that naysayers. The same ones that told me I was gonna bust my head open when I was 12. Look, I busted my head open. I'm okay, right?
Yeah.
Or when that thing came out, it's like, were you a kid? Did you drink from the hose and ride your bicycle without a helmet? And I answered it back. Yeah, I drink from the hose. I ride my bike without a helmet, and it didn't affect me at all. Affect me at all. Affect me at all. Affect me at all. Affect me.
Right.
What I'm saying is, certain people have certain gifts, certain strengths. My family didn't think that was a gift. They thought it was crazy. And then I decided to start playing rock and roll. Oh my God. That was like the worst thing, right? My grandfather, he was a pro baseball player before I was born. And he was born on November the 27th. I started playing rock and roll guitar. Guess who it turns out was born on the exact day? James Marshall Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix. And it's like, wow.
Me too. Yes, sir.
Thanks for taking the time for doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, man.
All right, see you later.
My like I said, he repeat them obsessively until they run off.
That was funny. He said,
Hey, that was the spirit. He
he's
said,
gonna be in detention for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
He'll be in detention for 1,000 years, then get expelled forever after
hey,
that.
like the Lord, gave us a little token,
God.
listening to him. I don't know if the camera heard. I'm gonna look back and try to clip it. He said, his fear is, what if you get to heaven and find out he did good, but not enough good? So he in detention for 1,000 years. Like you being on lockdown in school, and that's exactly what's gonna happen with the house of Esau. Gonna be in detention for 1,000 years, except they're not gonna come out of that one.
His spirit knows. Their spirit be knowing, man. That's why he said that shit.
Yep.
Colossians 3:23. It says, "And whatsoever ye do it heartily as the Lord and not unto men."
Yeah, and that's the point, when Yahweh Shai said, if you did it to the least of these my brethren, you did it unto me. So what? Everything they did to us, it's like they did it to the Lord.
God.
He's signed their hangers, shoot us down in the street. It's like they did that to Yahweh Shai himself. And he eventually actually told him. Let's get 24 through 25 as well.
Colossians.
That's all right. I'll go back to it.
I'm still here.
All right, bet.
24. Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Hamashiach. But he that doeth wrong shall receive the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons.
Yeah, you're going to receive the wrong that you have done, and there's no respect of persons. And that's talking to Israel, but when we got earlier that the wicked shall not go unpunished, they're gonna be punished just because they the wicked. No respect of persons. So no matter what good the wicked do to try to combat all the bad they did, they're gonna be punished as the wicked because that's what they are.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You need a wife or something, shit.
Yeah,
Dude love to talk. You can tell he ain't got no friends and shit.
Oh yeah.
I feel him, but damn, you know what I'm saying? He was close as hell too, standing right hard.
We got that 1,000 years.
Right.
You looking forward to that?
Hell yeah. Talk about having this kid, boy. Your kid's gonna be in captivity.
Oh yup.
Shit.
He ain't gonna see it.
Right.
Because Lord willing, I'm gonna separate Esau from their families.
Right.
They're not gonna see their wife, their children.
Just like they did there.
Yeah.
Alright. You wanna continue?
Yeah.
What was that? Job, what? 16, 17. Did you get Jeremiah 9 and 49 and 7? Did we get that?
Yep. Yeah, we was. Yeah, let's hit that Job 18 and 9 one more time.
Now we have the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 9. And it says, the jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him.
Yeah, Jehoshaphat, who's the jinn in the snare, gonna take him by the heel. Now let's go back to Genesis 25 and 25.
Oh, yeah?
That's what we was doing. Because it says the jinn shall take him by the heel. What is that reference?
God. Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother. After that came his brother out and took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
So yeah, when it says the snare, the jinn shall take him by the heel, that's referencing Jacob taking Esau by the heel. Because ultimately, it's going to be the house of Jacob to take out Esau. Now, who descended from Jacob many generations later? That's Yahweh. So we taking Esau by the heel with this word right now, but Yahweh going to come finish it. So yeah, the jinn is going to take him by the heel, and it's happening right now.
Proverbs 1:16.
Yep. And then, we're going to hit that Proverbs. But again, even going back to Job 18 and 8, it says, for he is cast into the net by his own feet. He walketh upon the snare. And let's see this snare that his feet is walking over. This net that his feet is stuck in.
Proverbs 1:16. For their feet run to evil, it make haste to shed blood.
Their feet run to evil, it make haste to shed blood. So back to Job 18 and 8, where he is cast into a net by his own feet. He walketh upon a snare. So what's that? That's the evil that he run to. Him hasting to shed blood. Well, all that evil is going to return back on him. All the blood he shed, well, his blood is going to be shed. Which, that's how you cleanse the land. Because blood defile the land. It can't be cleansed except by the blood of him that shed it. And rather it's, him taking resources and people goods. Because what the scripture say, he who defraud a man of his labor or defraud a man of his work and his wages is a shedder of blood. So even if he ain't physically killed the people, all the oppression, he's still a shedder of blood. Well, it's going to return back on him.
Now we have the book of Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will return upon him.
So yeah, everything that Esau intended for others is actually going to happen to him. The house of Israel be no remembrance, it's going to actually happen to him. That's why the book of Job told us that he will have no name in the streets. That any remembrance of him will perish.
That's next too.
Let's make this the last one. What's that, Job 20?
Yeah, Job 20, 18 to 24. All right. Last precept of the day, Job 20.
Oh, sorry.
18 to 24. 18 through 24. Verse 18. That which he labored for he shall restore and shall not swallow it down.
So what? Everything that Esau worked for, everything that he stole, he's going to have to restore it.
According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
So yeah, according to his substance is what the restitution is going to be. You know, his substance, everything he worked for, everything he stole, everything he got from blood. Restitution goes into repayment or things being restored that was lost or stolen. So everything that's lost or stolen, he's going to have to restore. Even all the blood that he shed, how is it going to be restored? By his blood being shed.
Verse 19. Because he oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he has violently taken away the house which he built of not.
Because he oppressed the poor and took away the house which he built of not. You know, ultimately when we go to the book of Luke, the 21st chapter, that oppression of the poor, you know, who is that talking about? But you know, he oppressed the poor and he take away violently, which is not his. But if you're paraphrasing, that's why I think the book of Luke say, the kingdom of heaven have suffered violence, and what, that the violent take it by force. Well, guess what? All that oppression, you know, it's gonna come back upon them.
Verse 20.
Yep.
Verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
And what's that quietness in his belly? A belly being a metaphor for the mind. So he's not gonna have peace. And that's why the king, the wife of what's that dude name? Pilate said she suffered many things in the dream because of him. So what, he's not gonna have quietness in his belly, in his mind, and everything that he attempted to save or to preserve, it ain't gonna happen. He's about to have his rulership ultimately snatched right away from him.
Verse 21. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
What's the meat? That's his substance, his riches. Ultimately his kingdom, his rulership. But when it says, there shall none of his meat be left, that can go into the flesh as well. Because it ain't gonna be no Edomites left to fulfill Obadiah 1 and 18. Hey, shalom to the brother Nakawan. I think I saw the brother on there. Maybe I'd be tripping. Might be tripping.
Yeah. I don't see nothing wrong. Verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Remember, he oppressed and forsaken the poor. That's being Israel. But he oppressed and forsaken all the other nations as well. And so in the fullness of his sufficiency, what, when he's about to fulfill his new world order, he's going to be in straits. And he's going to be in a difficult spot. And it says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So when you go to the Blue Letter Bible, on that word wicked, it goes into laborer, sufferer. So what? Every hand of everybody that suffered at the hand of Esau is going to come upon him. How is that? All these countries going to shoot their arrows at him. Lord said, all you that bend the bow, shoot at her and spare no arrows. And then let's continue.
All right, verse 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
What's his belly? That's his mind. When he's about to fulfill his heart's desires. His new world order, the fury of the wrath is going to be cast upon him. It's going to come in the form of a rain. Now let's see what this rain is going to bring.
Verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
The bow of steel, the iron weapon, the nuclear missile is going to rain upon him when he's about to fulfill his belly. Now let's real quick. Let's see Psalms 127 real quick.
Psalms 127?
127 and 1. So yeah, you know, everything that Esau imagined against us is not going to happen. But guess what? Everything that he imagined against us is actually going to happen to him.
Psalms 127 and 1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain.
What's that house? That's the house of Esau. What's that city? That's America. His rulership. He can labor, he can watch, it's all in vain. Now I'm gonna hit this in Acts 5:38. We're gonna get this anyway. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. So this ministry is not of men, it's of the Most High. It's gonna come to naught. But guess what? Esau's new world order, that counsel is of men. So that's gonna come to naught. Verse 39. But if it be of God, you cannot overthrow it. So they can't overthrow this building of the temple, the tabernacle of David, because it's of the Most High. But Esau's new world order, the new white order, that ain't of the Most High. So guess what? That's going to be overthrown. And that's the role of a prophet, to pull down, to destroy, to overthrow, to build into place, putting them down by the hill. Again, but if it be a God, you cannot overthrow it. Lest happily ye found even to fight against God. So what Esau's going to find out in the very end is that him trying to stop the building of the real third temple, the tabernacle of David, it ain't us he fighting against. He actually fighting against the Most High. And see, that's what happened in the time of Egypt. Pharaoh thought that he was fighting against Moses and Aaron. When we read in the book of Exodus chapter 14, when it says that the pillar of fire started taking off their chariot wheels, that they couldn't drive them, what Pharaoh and his army say? Let us flee from the midst of Israel, for their God fighteth for them. So at the end of it, Pharaoh found out that he was actually fighting against the Lord himself. That's going to happen against Esau. He's going to find out that he's fighting against Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai himself. Let's get these last few precepts real quick. Let's get 1 Ezra, chapter 5.
1 Esdras?
Yep, chapter 5. You're going to get 72 and 73.
1 Esdras 72 and 73?
Chapter 5, yep.
Yep. But the heathen of the land, lying heavily upon the inhabitants of Judea, holding them straight, hindered their building. And by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions, they they hindered in finishing of the building all the time of the king Cyrus lives. So they were hindered from building the space of 2 years until the reigns of Darius.
So yeah, it said, what it say? You see that? It said the heathen with their secret plots, that's that crafty counsel, popular persuasions. What's that persuasion? Because they got the snitching and writing letters, to the king about what we was doing. And they said, well, all their commotions, bringing the commotion to the building of the temple. They bring commotion to the camps. What's a persuasion? When YouTube get a notification and strike us. Them talking behind closed doors about what we doing. So yeah, they stopped it for a moment, but it failed. They can hinder different brothers' YouTube channels, etc. But it's only for a moment. The ministry gonna continue. This one, the brother Kalab, Deuteronomy 28:7. And we're gonna end off there.
Deuteronomy 28:7. Then it says, the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
And yeah, that's ultimately we back in them days where we not receiving the curses no more, but the curses being lifted off of us and put on our enemies. That what? We can receive the blessings. Deuteronomy 28:1-14. And one of those many blessings was our enemies fleeing before us. We in them days. They're already fleeing from the word. Now, all we waiting on now, it's the Lord to give us that power. So yeah, if we're gonna face the east and close out, let's give our praise and glory
to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
Hey, the water for everybody that tuned in. Salakia for the hold up with the Edomite talking. But hey, we got a treat. I love it. He said his spirits when he get to heaven, He's gonna be in detention for 1,000 years, which we know that detention is slavery.
You know his fate.
Oh yeah. All right, but Shalom.
It's cold out here.
Man, yeah, it's crazy.